Hey, it's Susie. How's it going? What's showing up in your field, lighting up, turning on, and moving? That beautiful energy is always kind of in flow. So we're still working on Delete on the Spot. This is a book I got it on Saturday after I went to a UFO lecture, which was powerful and amazing. Then the book showed up, right there. So today we're going to focus a little bit more about this book, Delete on the Spot. It's pretty spontaneous. There's a lot of spontaneous things that can happen, but you've got to get some of the underpinnings of how can we get to that point. So today, again, it's we humans are high-level technological beings beyond our own imagination. So just think about our source, source or God or, whatever you want to call it, but we are, cosmonauts in a way because we've been in all these different star systems and all these different experiences. So these things are so powerful when we really think about how powerful we are, our body, how our body, is working for us. All of these things are helping us. All right. So when we kind of look at some of these states of consciousness, right, we're going to be working with three different terms right now. And one is about acknowledge. Okay. The next one is recognize, and the other one is accept. So sometimes if you've got something that's showing up in the body or showing up out in the field of your awareness, is that you might start acknowledging things in a different way as the cosmonaut that you are or the technological being that you are. So you could start working with acknowledging things in a deeper and more spirit-led way, with being acknowledged. The next one would be moving into what we call recognize. We start recognizing things differently, and we start recognizing newer ways of being. We start recognizing the people that are in our field. All the people that we are generally speaking living in our field we're recognizing our friends, our family, the cat down the street. And also moving into accept. So at that moment when you start accepting things, maybe this book, Delete on the Spot, maybe not be for you, but it is for me, right? I'm like super excited about it. But accepting some of these newer states of awareness. Now I have all kinds of resource books that I kind of go into. I don't go from front to back. I just go in there and I start noticing, wow, there's something else that I can challenge myself to do and feel better and lighter in the body, or even lighter and better in my experiences with friends and family and with life itself. So now we're going to move into, this is kind of a quick one, I think, and they're always so long, right? We're going to talk about the deletion octagon, all right? So it's a deletion octagon. And so when you're starting to kind of move into like, I need to let some stuff go, I'm ready to free myself and have more space, right? So when you start looking at the deletion octagon, we're looking at 8 different pillars of that from the deletion octagon. The first one is to eliminate. Elimination could be anything. So whatever you're working with or whatever you're feeling into, what else do you need to eliminate in your field? What else do you need to know about? How do I go into to eliminate things? Or maybe you might say, I think I've been doing it the whole time, but maybe there's more things in your field. You could say that we're here, boots on the ground, but then there's all these other underpinnings that are working with some of the experiences in this lifetime. So what would you want to eliminate? What would you like to how would you like to, what would you really like to do when you want to eliminate something, maybe something in your home or something in your body, maybe the elimination of the body, or anything else like that. The next one, we're going to go into what we call free. So when we go into the deletion octagon, we're really focusing on being free, right? Hey, I want to be free. I want to be free. I kind of feel like I'm free. I think I was freer back in Austin. I was 26 years in Austin. I was pretty free. So, then I was in Houston, for a while. I was, not as free as I was in Austin, But that sense of freedom is really opening up so many centers or more vortices or more spinning energy that we're kind of living in right now. So feeling free and eliminating things and staying free, being in that state of I am free, and I'm emancipated, right? Or I'm sovereign, a divine being. Okay, for deletion octagon, we're going to go into independent. So sometimes people maybe feel like they're codependent, or or any of these terms, but going into finding more independence within your own self as you start kind of like letting some other things go. All this is about letting things go with this deletion. So we're deleting things and becoming more independent with what we're creating right now, Also with the deletion octagon, we're going to move into release. And so sometimes, I mean, I'm great about doing releasing. I'm like, I want everything to go. I am a minimalist at heart, and I absolutely love releasing things. I don't get triggered by it. I'm just like going, okay, let's send that off to another place or another experience or just goodwill, or, just start moving things. So releasing is really this beautiful state of consciousness where you're really ready and you're really, curious, like what else do I need to do to release? Is it something about my body? Is it something about my home? Is it about my friends? Do I need to release any of these? Anything that you think about with releasing, this is a great time to start deleting and releasing and just letting it go. Just freaking let it go. Also, with the deletion octagon, we're moving into protect. And so that protection, what do I need to protect? What else do I need to know about protection? What else do I need to do with understanding about, is it protecting me? Is it protecting others? But when you start looking at it, you start noticing that sometimes you have some friends or family members or whatever, or neighbors, or, that aren't really in alignment with who you are. We stay in that harmonious energy, and then sometimes you have to protect a little bit because some other person or thing might have shown up, and then you're kind of like, yikes, I don't feel good here in this conversation, or so protect is really important, and especially with if you've got a family and kids and all that, you want to protect and you want to make sure that they're okay, right? All right, so deletion octagon, we're moving into forgive, and so forgiveness practices are always great to do, and so when you start noticing about what forgiveness that you need to do. Sometimes it could be like a snap. You don't have to like go in and lament about what happened, or they did me wrong, or I did them wrong, whatever. So forgiveness it could be a snap, right? So a lot of times I do a lot of words, right? So I'm a writer. I have a lot of words, words. But then you could focus on the color blue, for forgiveness, and then you could just focus on that color, and then you don't have to ruminate or go into the story again. You just delete it. You just freaking maybe go to color or sensation or whatever works for you. But just go ahead and release that. Release those things that maybe needed to be forgiven, and it's been 20 years ago. It's totally freaking over. Seriously, it's delete on the spot on all of these words we're using. Delete on the spot. The next one is sometimes we forget, like what am I forgetting, or what else do I need to know about forgetting? What is happening? What's happening with my mind and my thoughts and my impressions? Maybe sometimes it was from like years ago, or maybe it's in the present moment or in the future moment. We just want to like just let that forgetting, that forgetfulness. So sometimes in these states of consciousness, people do kind of lose some words or lose some of the story. But the best thing to do is delete on the spot. Just let it go. Just send that energy out. Send it to another star system or the cat down the street, whatever. And then the next one we're going to work with deletion octagon. So we're looking with unconditionally. Unconditional. So what is unconditional? So unconditional things are showing up, and sometimes you're feeling like it's what else do I need to know about being unconditionally? What else do I need to experience with unconditional experiences? And again, I always go back into these three different little paradigms. It's about your body. It could be about your miracle zone. It could be for your abundance. It could be about just anything. But when you're looking at unconditional things, and maybe it's already done and it's already gone. It's already been sewed up with unconditional things that have happened in your field. We just noticed that you can just go straight back to the title of this book, Delete on the Spot. All of these things are helping us as we move through these energies with deleting. Sometimes we want to say, well, I want to add stuff, Well, I think at the beginning, when you start deleting and you start removing or releasing or surrendering or clearing, whatever words that is for you, is that you start experiencing a better way with your space, Like if you've got so much stuff going on, like I say, kind of cray cray, I'm kind of cray cray, I'm all over the place, right? But the more that you kind of notice what's in your field right now, when you let go of things, when you delete things, when you release them, when you surrender them, you say no more, or whatever it is for you, is that you start getting more space. And so when you get into that ideal of space, you just have, like, it's more spaciousness, when you're letting things go, whether it's the thoughts or the emotions or things from the body or things from the past, the future lives, or any other lives that we've lived, we just let them ease out into the field. And so some of these are memories and suppressed memories, subconscious mind, all of these different things that we're working with, boots on the ground, right? And so we start noticing that the more that we can let some things go, the more that we can make some things delete or just surrender to and leave, it's creating more space. And within that space, you may find that, well, there's a lot of space. What else do I need to do with it? Well, maybe there's nothing you need to do with that. Maybe you can just be in a simple space of, whew, here I am. I'm present to what is right now. I work a lot with the Iman energy, the eternal moments, the eternal moment of now, And so when you're in the Iman energy, it's kind of like this, it's kind of like, whew, kind of like that, the toroidal field, you're kind of like you're expanding and collapsing, and you're continually just being present to that toroidal field and just feeling that, whew, it's just me. I just feel light right now. I feel light. I feel like I don't need to say too much. I talk all the time, right? I just allow myself to just simply be. I allow myself to be curious what's next. I allow myself to just love myself. And for you that are listening, that would be something good for you, a nice mantra, like, I love myself in all my beauty and all my magnificence. I love myself in all my beauty and all my magnificence. I love myself in all my beauty and my magnificence. Oh, yeah. All right, so I think we're done for this one. I think I'm going to do a couple more of these delete on the spot. I think these are real spontaneous healings. When you first start working with this energy, you got to get into a state of flow, and you got to get more of the practices. So I'm still learning some of these practices. We'll see you soon. Namaste.